Studio, middle of the desk, middle of the action. Just what you've come to expect from Mr. Soundoff.
I'm Keith Murphy, right where I should be, in the middle of Indianapolis, in the middle of the NCAA tournament, at the start of the show.
Not the start, not the start. I was on first.
From WHO 13 Sports, it's Sound Off, celebrating 25 years with Keith Murphy and John Sears, and featuring Andy Fales with What's Bugging Andy. It's your show, so get ready to sound off.
Welcome to Sound Off. John Sears in the driver's seat tonight, and hopefully no chaos for the show like we've seen in the NCAA tournament. Keith Murphy is live in Indianapolis. He'll be joining us throughout the show as we have a lot to talk about. So let's get right into it with the hot topic. 2-seed Iowa advances to the second round after beating Grand Canyon. Hawkeyes will face Oregon on Monday for a spot in the Sweet 16. Drake falls in round one to USC. Bulldogs' dream season comes to an end, but expect the Dogs to be back next year. And Iowa State has a new head coach. Familiar name, TJ Otzelberger returns to Ames. TJ was an assistant at ISU for 8 years before 2 head coaching stops at South Dakota State and UNLV. Give us a call on this, the tournament, or anything else. 515-282-9010 to sound off.
The NCAA tournament is my favorite sporting event. It's imperfectly perfect. 68 teams, 67 games, and unlike college football, everyone has a legit shot. March Madness makes fans of nearly everyone, even Bosco in accounting. And it's the unpredictable that keeps us coming back for more. In football, we can pick the final 4 out of 5 teams every year. Not basketball. Loyola can not only take down a number 1 seed, it can now stake a claim to best team in Illinois. The Illini had a season to remember until they had a day to forget, and now they're stuck with it. What do you think fans will recall faster? Big Ten tourney title or Big Dance exit? Ask the 2001 Big 12 champs from Iowa State. And that leads us to Iowa. The Hawkeyes earned a 2 seed, 14 conference wins, 8 wins over top 25 teams, and a top 5 ranking. It's Iowa's best regular season in decades. It does not all hinge on Monday, but it feels that way. Fans long ago set the bar at Sweet 16. It's eluded Iowa for 22 years and Fred McCaffrey his entire career. This is the moment. Win and legends grow. Lose and frustration follows. No, it's not fair. So much is judged by one wild game knockout, and Oregon is good. But this time, the Hawks are favored, and here it is. Iowa's most important game since at least 1999. National Player of the Year who sets the standard for hard work, all-time shooter and assist leader, Iowa kids we've followed for years. This is a likable team that provided thrills at a time we needed them. It would be nice to see Iowa keep this Indianapolis vacation going.
Yeah, I gotta agree, Keith. Man, I think it's a must-win for the Hawkeyes. Gotta win tomorrow. Gotta win tomorrow. Okay. Wrestlers are a different breed of athlete. I mean that in a good way. Focus, work ethic, drive, intensity, it's all just a little different. This week at the NCAA tournament, Iowa's Spencer Lee won his 3rd national title. Lee was never really challenged, won easily. But as I watched him throughout the week, something didn't look right. He wasn't winning with ease. He was winning with ease, but just wasn't the same domination I'd seen all season. Well, we found out why after he won the 125-pound title. Lee revealed on live television he tore his ACL about 8 to 9 days ago. What? Yeah, decided to stick it out, not make it public, and go for number 3.
Whatever, man. I didn't want to tell anyone because F excuses. Excuses are for wusses. And you know what? That was a tough turn for me. I could barely wrestle. I could barely shoot. I can't sprawl. But you know what? I believed in my coaching staff and everyone that believed in me. And here I am. So there you guys go.
Whatever, man. Excuses are for wusses. Shirts are already being printed. Spencer Lee is different. The dude tore his ACL and then went on to win a national title less than 2 weeks later. That's insane. I woke up on Saturday with a little bit of back pain, kind of took it easy. Lee is working guys over on the mat with a torn ACL, hoisting a trophy at the end. He outscored his opponents 59-8. Tech fall, major, 7-0 decision in the final. Imagine what he would have done fully healthy. And imagine being one of those opponents thinking you wrestled Lee pretty tough, but then realizing he destroyed you on a ripped up knee. How demoralizing is that? The sport of wrestling requires more mental toughness than most can imagine. Spencer Lee just gave his own personal lesson in determination, perseverance, and will to win. He's just different, in a good way. And of course, the Hawkeyes brought home their first team wrestling championship in 11 years. Penn State finished second. Hawkeyes return most of their lineup next year, so they should be back in the hunt to defend. All right, let's take some calls here. Big night in the NCAA tournament. Of course, Keith Murphy live in Indianapolis. And let's go first to Virginia in Urbandale. Virginia, you want to talk about the Drake Bulldogs and maybe the run that they made coming up short against USC?
Yes, I certainly do. It's thrilling to follow the Iowa women and the Iowa men, but all Iowa should be very proud of the Drake University team, what they accomplished in this challenging year. They represented us very well, and I just want to give them a lot of credit. And all the more when we hear on television about how an Ohio player was receiving death threats and criticism because Ohio lost to Oral Roberts. I hope we don't have any of our fans that are disappointed in what Drake accomplished, because they accomplished a great deal, and I certainly want to give them credit.
Yeah, and I'm fully in agreement there. Keith, you're in Indianapolis. What were your thoughts on Drake and kind of the run that they made, getting that win in the first four, but then falling to USC?
It gave us all a thrill, and I think, like many people, I'm just so proud of the effort by Drake. John, they were undermanned. They were down 2 starters, although that did allow a superstar to break out, Joe Yesufu. I mean, he scored more than 20 points in 2 different NCAA tournament games. He had a couple of games where he was in the 30s. That guy was coming off the bench 6 weeks ago. But still, Drake missed Hank Hemphill and missed Roman Penn. But this is a team that's coming back with all of those guys next year and adding the best recruit in Iowa. And Drake is smart to lock up Darren DeVries from now until a few years after I'm probably dead. I mean, they're locking him up for a long time, and they should, because that guy can coach. It was really cool. They ran out of gas. They were tired, but they provided a lot of thrills. Virginia is right.
Yeah, no doubt. Great run for Drake. All right, time for lookalikes. Brian in Des Moines says the St. Louis Billiken looks like the Grinch. Judge, can I get a ruling on this? Likes that one. All right. How about Moody and Clive says current Waukee Warrior and future Drake Bulldog Tucker DeVries looks like Judge Reinhold, star of 80s films including Better Off Dead and Fast Times at Ridgemont High. Judge, you like this Judge match? Likes that one too.
No offense, but neither one of you know squat. Don't take that the wrong way. It's what's bugging Andy after all.
This All-Americans still playing in the NCAA tournament. Who do you knock out? Iowa's Luka Garza, Jared Butler of Baylor, Cade Cunningham from Oklahoma State, or Corey Kispert from Gonzaga? Man, that's a good squad. I think I'd probably go Kispert or Cunningham, but we'll see how that vote turns out. All right, Iowa State has a new head coach. It's a familiar name that almost every Cyclone fan knows, but do they really know? It's what's bugging Andy.
Iowa State has itself a new head coach, and the thing is, TJ Otzelberger is not new to Iowa State, and thus fans already know how they feel about him. Now, many like the hire a lot. But there's also a slew of fans that doesn't like it. They look at his record at UNLV and they give him all the blame. They look at his record at South Dakota State and don't give him any of the credit. They know that there was somebody better out there, and they know this won't work out. Well, you know what? They don't. You don't. I don't. We don't know. We never really do. You know how I know that you don't know? Well, because there's no such thing as magic people. No one can see the future. And that I know because if that was true, then somebody would have opened a toilet paper store back in January 2020 and no one did. We know we don't know because just look at our track record. We didn't think Kirk Ferentz was a very inspired choice. The most highly paid, well-connected experts thought Matt Campbell would be gone by now. Bill Belichick was fired by the Cleveland Browns. Nick Saban was going to do for the Dolphins what Jimmy Johnson did for the Cowboys. Scott Frost was a home run hire. He competed for a national championship at Central Florida, but in the Big Ten West, he is yet to compete for 4th place. You don't know. All right, maybe you don't know, but you just got a feeling. You watch some of TJ's UNLV games. Well, I watched Greg McDermott coach at UNI, and then I watched him coach at Iowa State and realized that feeling doesn't mean squat. Oh, you want to go the other way? Well, I watched Larry Eustachy win 2 titles in the Big 12 and watched him win none in Conference USA in the Mountain West. And we all had a feeling or two about Otzelberger's old boss. I mean, he didn't have any coaching experience. He never wanted to leave Ames. And then we felt he would have an immediate impact at Nebraska. A reminder about feelings, sometimes they're gas. Well, if you did know, would it be as interesting, as rewarding? No. This is sports after all. So when I tell you you don't know, be kind of glad. I'm Andy Fales, and that's what's bugging me.
Andy, thank you. Up next, more live calls, 515-282-9010, plus chaos at the NCAA tournament. The 5 biggest upsets in the first round. Sound Off rolls on live. NCAA tournament, number 5, 12-seed Oregon State over 5-seed Tennessee. They might add another upset over Oklahoma State. Number 4, 13-seed North Texas over Purdue. The Mean Green added to the Big Ten disappointment. Number 3, 13-seed Ohio over defending national champ Virginia. Remember, Virginia won it a couple years ago, but man, that's another big upset. Number 2, 14-seed Abilene Christian over 3-seed Texas, the Wildcats' first NCAA tournament win. And number 1, 15-seed Oral Roberts shocked 2-seed Ohio State. And then the Golden Eagles of Oral Roberts just beat Florida today to make it to the Sweet 16. They are on a run. So much chaos in the tournament. All right. Let's go back to Keith Murphy down in Indianapolis. And Keith, the Hawkeyes tip off against Oregon tomorrow at 11:10. From what you've seen and heard from Iowa down there, does this feel like a confident Hawkeye team that they're going to get this done and make a move to the Sweet 16?
They are definitely confident, John, but they know that they have a tough game. I mean, Oregon is good. The Pac-12 regular season champs, and the Pac-12 has done well in this tournament. It's different because this is a second-round game, and Oregon didn't play a first-round game. That's never happened. That's so unusual, but COVID-19 knocked VCU out, so Oregon hasn't played in 10 days. So you would think that the Ducks would be rusty. They are 5-point underdogs, but I think Iowa is glad to have gotten a game in against Grand Canyon, a game that was never in doubt. The Hawks were in control throughout. Grand Canyon kept making runs at Iowa, but Iowa is always able to fight it off. And I think they're playing together well. I think this team is close, and that's important. When you're in the bubble and you're spending so much time around each other, you need to like each other. You need to have good chemistry. It's just like the pandemic. If you have a family you enjoy and a good marriage, it's probably an okay year for you. If those things are a challenge for you, you probably can't wait to get vaccinated and get out of the house.
Now, Keith, we know Luka Garza is probably going to get his 20 and 10 or so, but if you had to pick one other guy in Iowa that really needs to play well tomorrow for the Hawkeyes to move on to the Sweet 16, who is it? Bohannon, Frederick, Wieskamp? Who's your pick?
I think Bohannon stretching the defense there by hitting threes is really important, especially because Oregon has some quickness at guard, and that tends to give Iowa some problems. Now, Iowa has a big advantage inside. As I said earlier, Luka has 5 inches on all of the Oregon starters, 5 inches or more. But the guy I think to keep an eye on really is Keegan Murray. He's coming on, and he played a huge role in that game against Grand Canyon, coming off the bench, blocking those shots, hitting shots, a dunk here, a dunk there, defense just being kind of a pest out there. He's a really good player, true freshman, and getting better, and I think it's getting harder to keep him off the court.
Yeah, Keegan has been great off the bench. He'll get a lot of minutes tomorrow against Oregon. All right, time for over-under. Overrated, first 4 games being played on 2 days. Underrated, all the first 4 games on the same day. Yeah, let's get them all done in one day and just watch basketball nonstop. Love that. Up next, Keith and I face off and we learn more about what life in the bubble is like, plus more live calls, 515-282-9010. qualifies as an upset in the tournament anymore. Certainly not 10 over 7, seems like not even 11 over 6 or 12 over 5. Even 13 and 14 seem to regularly be super competitive. What number is finally an actual upset? It's a good question. We've seen a lot of them so far in this year's NCAA tournament, that's for sure. All right, time for some back and forth, this time between Des Moines and Indianapolis. We call it face-off. Murph, you've been there as 68 teams played in the same general area. Is this working?
It is working. It's not perfect. We knew it wouldn't be perfect, but they're doing a really good job here. They're being very careful. They're keeping the players and coaches, that tier 1 personnel, they're keeping them far away from everybody. And they even wear tracers so that during games, during practices, so if there is a positive test, they can immediately find out who was in close contact with that person through contact tracing, through all the data that's presented. And John, the positivity rate so far in the bubble at last report far below the general population. It's 0.1%.
Wow, it's a good number there. All right, from 68 teams down to 24. We know about limited fans, but how hard is it to spot Hawkeye fans?
It's hard. I mean, especially on day one when there were 68 teams here, you just walk around and there are fans from so many different teams. You might spot fan, Iowa colors, black and gold, and think, oh, there's an Iowa fan. Turns out to be Purdue or somebody else. It was a little bit confusing. Now, as teams have left, it's been easier to spot fans, but there just aren't that many fans here. The capacity for the arenas, like Bankers Life Fieldhouse behind me, 25%. But nobody has 25% because of the pod seating, 2, 4, or 6 in each pod. So like where Iowa played 18% in the first game, that was only 1,200 fans. So it's just different. There aren't that many people here, John.
Yeah, it seemed like more. You could hear a lot of noise coming through the television set. Those Grand Canyon fans made a lot of noise.
They did. They call them the Havocs because they wreak havoc. And they were great. They brought so much energy into that building, and it kind of made it feel like a tourney game when there's not a pandemic going on. They were awesome. They had to leave after just one game thanks to Iowa. But whatever that school is doing to energize their students to act like this and behave like this at games, other schools need to steal it, because it's fantastic.
Yeah, they looked like they were having fun. I heard the school flew all those kids out on a charter plane for the game. Very cool. All right, what's the strangest adjustment in the bubble?
I think it's remembering that all the games are right here. Example, this afternoon, Trent Reichs and I, a photojournalist who's here with me, we were eating lunch and we're watching a big screen TV out on a patio eating lunch. We're right next to a brick wall and we're watching Loyola upset Illinois, and it dawned on us the game was going on the wall behind us. The other side of the wall where we were sitting, that's where the game was going on because we were right along Bankers Life Fieldhouse. But you usually are just there for whatever games are in the arena of the team you're following, but there are games everywhere and they're going on all the time.
Games everywhere. All right, knockout. One had to go, and it looks like Cade Cunningham edges out Luka Garza, and Cade Cunningham might be out of the tournament here in about 15 minutes. Okie State losing. Everybody likes Corey Kispert from Gonzaga. I got a feeling some Cyclone fans kind of twisted this poll against Garza, but right now Cade Cunningham being knocked out. Got time for one quick call. Let's go to Scott in Urbandale. Scott, your thoughts on the Hawkeyes against Oregon tomorrow?
Hey, guys. Good night. How you doing tonight?
Good. How are you?
Doing fantastic. Hey, you guys are the professionals. I've called you guys a couple times 8 weeks ago talking about how terrible the Iowa defense was. Mm-hmm. They had an epiphany. They started playing defense. You guys are the professionals. Who's going to win the game tomorrow?
Who's going to win? I got Iowa winning. I think they break the streak. I think they make the Sweet 16. I'm going Iowa 83, Oregon 71. Keith, what are your thoughts on tomorrow? You think Iowa's going to be sticking around for that Sweet 16?
I think they are. I think Scott is right. Defense is when this season changed. Luka Garza says it all the time. If Iowa's going to keep playing and make a deep run, Iowa has got to play the kind of defense the Hawkeyes have been playing for the past few weeks. It's made all the difference. We knew they could play offense. They ought to be motivated to play defense too, and I think they are, and I think the Fran McCaffrey's never been to a Sweet 16. I think that ends tomorrow.
All right, Anthony in Des Moines, Tammy in Beaverdale. Sorry, we got to get going here. Give us a call next week. That'll do it for us. Keith Murphy at the NCAA tournament. Myself, John Sears here in the studio. We're back next week. We hope you are too. We leave you with the sound-off send-off. Iowa State 157-pound wrestler David Carr wins the national title, first Cyclone champion since Kyvan Gadsden in 2015. I love the celebration with Brent Metcalf. David's dad, Nate Carr, has 3 NCAA titles. Now David has his first. He wants 3. Pretty awesome. Have a good night. We'll see you next week.